Another good fight coming up, Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis.
Oh, that's a good one too, man. I know
baby.
David Haney. He's a good friend of mine. Prograis too. I don't know. It's gonna be a good fight, bro. A good fight because David Haney, I think he's gonna be boxing him around. Prograis, he's an aggressive fighter. He kind of reminds me like of a Mexican fighter, and plus he hits hard, so you can't count him out.
Let me ask you, who would give Tank the most problems, Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson?
Shakur. I say Shakur because he's more of a boxer. And if you see a lot of the boxers that fought Tank, it took him a little while, right? It took him a little while to knock him out. So I think Shakur, I think he's pretty good. I think he'll give him a really good fight. I'm not saying that he'll win. I'm not saying that he'll lose, but I'm saying that he has the ability to win.
So Haney is better off fighting at 140, where his body is calling for, because it's more and more difficult for him to make the 135 limit.
When you look at Devin's situation in this one fight that he has with Regis, one, do you feel that he beats Regis given Regis's last performance? And two, I would imagine the door's still open for him to come back. Is it the plan at all to get him after that Prograis fight?
Well, it depends on who he wants to fight. I think if he beats Regis, he's going to look to fight Teofimo, and he'll come back, and that's a huge fight.
In your opinion, does he beat Regis?
I don't know. That's, again, Regis didn't look like the same Regis that fought the close fight with Josh Taylor. He just didn't. But whatever the reason was, you can't write him off based on his body of work. And if Regis goes back to where he was, then he against Haney will be a very competitive fight. If he is on the same level as he showed in his last fight, then Haney will beat him quite easily. So it is what it is. But you can't write a guy like Prograis off.
You mentioned about you and Devin real quick. So is that safe to say that you would want Devin to win against Regis Prograis? Or?
Are you his promoter?
No, I'm not. Do you think he wins that fight?
Yeah, I do. But I like Regis's mentality and all that. But I think Devin will win.
I mean, Devin has all the skills and ability to me that he can beat anybody. Prograis is, a good southpaw fighter, but the more skillful fighter, I think, is Devin.
I think Devin Haney comes out ease with that fight. I think he's world class, and I think he'd be better at 140. And I feel like Regis Prograis in his last couple of fights has not impressed me, but I feel like Devin Haney wins it with ease.
Do you think Devin Haney outboxes him, or do you think he can stop Regis?
I think he outboxes him. I don't think he has the power to stop him, but I think he outboxes him. Yeah.
Regis Prograis, Devin Haney getting together.
I'm sure you're dying to see that fight, right?
I don't know.
Prograis is a puncher. You like punchers, right?
I don't know about that one.
You think Devin can withstand the power of Prograis moving up to 140?
I have no opinion on that one.
Good to see you, Goldie.
What do you think about Shakur's fight the other night on last Thursday?
I just told everybody. I mean, I had warned everybody. Nobody believed me. Now everyone will believe me, right? I mean, he broke a record of least punches ever thrown in a fucking 12-round fight. It says a lot about him. I don't think people are actually ducking him. I think people just don't want to fight him because it'll f*** up their fan base.
Got no pick for that. I'm real cool with Regis, so hopefully Regis could do something to get the victory.
What do you say when people were asking why were you disrespectful with Haney and Martin but not Lomachenko? How do you address that? Or?
It's two different situations. With Haney, he did some goofy shit. I ain't even about to even give y'all all the goofy shit. That's a whole long ass story. With Frank spoke on my situation. Frank went in the media. They asked him a question about me and Devin Haney, and Frank went on air and said, "Oh, if I was Shakur, I would take the offer that was presented, and so he spoke on a situation that had nothing to do with him. And then once you did that, I felt like it was disrespect. So now I got to disrespect you.
They're saying when and why did your relationship change with Devin Haney?
Man, like I said, I ain't trying to keep even talking about all that shit. I think that a lot of people don't know the insides of it. They don't understand that it's not me. I don't start nothing with nobody. I'm just somebody, okay, once you start with me or once you do something to me, I felt a type of way and came back at that person. But at the end of the day, I ain't about to give y'all the whole rundown. But I never started nothing. I never made it the way that it is now. But now it's where it's at and it's up.
You think y'all can rectify that?
Nah, I'm cool. I don't want to rectify nothing. I'm straight. I want to. I don't get why not. I think that would be an amazing fight. I'll beat the shit out of him. I think Devin might feel better at 140. I think he probably feeling a little bit better as far as the weight, and he's not sucking himself down. So maybe he feels better at 140, and maybe he do beat Regis, but he do have a little trouble with southpaws. It look like.
If Prograis won that fight, are you like, I still want to fight Haney anyways because of it's gotten personal now, or you're moving on at that point?
I don't. It don't matter to me. I fight anybody. So, do you think as long as the money and the business and everything makes sense, sign me up.
Prograis and Haney. I mean, listen. Kudos to Haney going up, fighting the champion. But we all kind of know the track sheet of it, and the track sheet shows Prograis been at 140 as long, if not longer, than Josh Taylor. So those guys have been burnt out for a while. With that being said, I want to go for Regis, but I don't know what kind of Regis we're going to have that night. It's hard. If he's trying to show that he can't hit him at the same time, the cards and everything's already sided for Haney. It's not sided for Prograis. It's just to make Haney look better so that they can move him more. Because once he gets a world championship belt, that's fuck you money.
Well, they want to move him towards you.
That's what they say. But I try to text him, try to make a fight happen. I got the Madison Square Garden reserved for us, the Sphere here in Vegas, and he said no. I got the receipts, but I'm not that type of person to show them.
Overall, though, this is a great fight. This is a good fight, and a fight where I guess we'll see how Haney's chin is going to hold up against a power puncher like Prograis.
Yeah, I think that's the big question mark. I mean, I've debated with a lot of people about this fight in boxing. Yeah. And some feel like he won't be able to stand up to the power of Regis Prograis, and some people think that he'll be too skilled for Regis Prograis. I think Regis, made some interesting points. A fighter never likes to hear that it's just skill versus power. Regis is like, no, I have skill. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I think his biggest asset in the fight is his punch power, and it's going to be interesting to see how Devin holds up to that, especially at 140.
Does Regis bring something to the table that Devin is not going to be able to figure out?
No, Regis is a good fighter. Regis is going to give him some troubles, but Devin is just more of a talent. It won't be an exciting fight. It won't be the Ryan Garcia Teofimo Lopez fight. It won't be the Terence Crawford Spence fight, but it'll be a win for Devin Haney. It may be a decision win, but it'll be a win. I'd say 16-12, 17-13. He'll coast to it just because of his talent. He's not going to take any chances.
Oh, man, you think it's going to be a boring fight?
Absolutely.
No.
Oh, listen, Prograis will try to make it a fight.
Yeah, I know he will.
Prograis, but the other kid is just going to hold and do the things that he does so well. I mean, he's an exceptional talent. Just he's a vivo. Nobody wants to watch him. You have to sell the product. David sold the product the other night. Charlo kind of sold the product too. Terence Crawford sold the product. They went out and did what they had to do to convincingly win. Matias sold the product. But Jose Benavides Jr. sold the product kind of. He went out and tried to do what he needed to do against a better, bigger guy, but he tried to sell the product. Haney doesn't sell the product to me. Shakur did not sell the product in his last fight. I don't care what kind of excuses you want to give me. Gervonta Davis sold the product. So I've always made sure in my gym that my guys understand we have to be able to sell the product. If we can't sell the product, the public ain't going to buy it. No, and it's every fight. It's fight after fight after fight.
But isn't it more important to win fights than just no? Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. You win fights, you make more money.
Absolutely, you're going to win. But
Yeah.
listen, if you can't sell out his living room, what difference does that make? What difference does it make? Really, you're in this to make money. But if you can't get, how many? First of all, how many buys do you think this was going to get from David?
Oh, the pay-per-view. You know what? Man, it's a mystery to me. I have no idea how this thing.
How many buys the Devin Haney fight, or what was the percentage of people that watched that last Haney fight?
Haney last fought Lomachenko. That was not a pay-per-view. That was on public TV. I'm not aware of the ratings.
The interest has got to be there.
Yeah, no. There was a lot of interest for that Lomachenko Haney fight.
What was the young man that was at 118 pounds? Beautiful talent, Cuban guy.
Rigondeaux?
Rigondeaux.
Yeah.
What a talent. Nobody wanted to watch him. But then go back and look at some of his amateur fights. He was a killer as an amateur. And then as a pro, he became a defensive fighter that bored people to death. Beautiful fighter, great talent. But go back and watch some of his amateur fights. Watch his amateur career. He was knocking people out.
Yeah, it says no, that's not it. Yeah, I'm not seeing the ratings for Haney and Lomachenko. They don't have them out. Usually if they don't have them out, they didn't do.
Because two guys, safety first fighters fight each other, nobody's going to pay attention. We want to see people, unfortunately, we live in a morbid society. We want to see, watch somebody get hurt. And then after they get hurt, the fan says, oh, I hope he's okay. I hope he's not hurt. But that's what you wanted to see. You wanted to see somebody get killed. So if you're two boring fighters, they're not going to. That's why I say about Charlo. Charlo tried. Benavidez tried. Benavidez Jr. Tried. Matias tried. Terrence Crawford tried. Those are the kind of fighters that are going to sell, in my opinion.
Okay, you feel that Haney will outbox Regis. He'll stop his offense. If he gets too close, he'll clinch him up, disrupt his rhythm. Is there anything that Regis can do to win this fight?
Maul him. Hit him low. Do a Trinidad against Vargas. What did Trinidad do to Vargas?
We knocked him down multiple times.
No, he hit him low first.
Yeah.
Trinidad got knocked down and was being not manhandled, but was ferocious. Was something else in the first couple rounds in that fight. And all of a sudden he gets hit low a couple times. Different fight.
Oh man, hey, you got to him in the nuts, bro. Come on.
No. I'm just saying you got to maul him. You gotta disrupt his rhythm. You got to piss him off. I'm not saying to foul him. That's what I'm saying. You just got to disrupt his rhythm. Make sure that you're doing things that he doesn't expect. You can't just be an ordinary fighter. Not against a Haney. Haney's gonna have to be bothered mentally. It's going to be difficult to match him in skill because he's a very skilled fighter. But if you maul him, if you disrupt his rhythm, if you mess with his head, talk to him inside, you have to do things that are going to be effective to benefit you.
Yeah, one thing though, despite the criticism towards his style, Devin's style, I feel like out of everyone, he's challenged himself the most in the last year and a half, 2 years, with the matches that he's had.
Yeah, but are the matches something that you're going to write home about? Are the matches, are his performances something that you're going to say, wow, I don't care if it's $150, I'm going to buy that pay-per-view.
Hey, but he's still got the dubs, and he's the only one that's taking these challenges. Honestly, he's not showing a safety first attitude towards these fights.
He's not hurting somebody. He's not knocking anybody out. He's not dropping them. He's not, maybe he's too much of a nice guy. Maybe that's what it is. Too much of a nice guy, and that projects through the TV, and people say, hey, what a nice guy he is. Yeah, he's got a lot of talent, but would I pay to see him again?
I don't know. I
would pay to see Teofimo fight because of his issues, because of his problems. That kind of helps him garner views because of the issues. People feel sorry for him because he's going through what he's going through. Gervonta Davis, the same thing. That jail time didn't do him no harm, or that those arrests, and he can back it up inside the ring. Shakur is such a nice kid that You know, is he doing what Matias did to Ergashoff, or what David did to Andre in the 4th round, where his eyes went back into the back of his head? No, he's not doing that. So people don't want to. The casual boxing fan, that's not what they want to see. They want to be entertained.
To be fair, though, for on Shakur's sake, the last few performances have been really good performances.
Unfortunately, you can do 10 great performances and one bad. And
yeah, you're only as good as your last fight. Yes,
yeah,
you're only as good as your last fight. Yes, that's the.
But what a talent!
Boxing.
Him and Haney are probably the top 2 talent-wise in that division. But are they the draws? Are they the guys that are gonna captivate the audience? Not so much.
I feel if they keep winning and it gets to a point where they do have a signature win,
Like
they
Terrence?
will get that respect, that fan base,
like
that fanfare. Yeah.
Terrence. Listen, Timothy Bradley to me was one of the most boring fighters I ever saw early in his career. Then I saw him fight Providnikov at the, I think it was
Carson, StubHub Center.
Yeah. I became a fan. Seriously, I became a fan because of how he fought. He was outgunned. He was probably outmuscled, but he fought a fight that, what a fight. Now, that he went so crazy and got hit with too many shots, yeah, I didn't like that too much. But the fact that he made it a fight, to me, I became a fan. I became a Timothy Bradley fan, and I wasn't before. I know he don't care about what I think, but I mean, that's what the casual fan and the fans want to see. They want to see warriors inside the ring. They're putting themselves in that position.
They call him the Rougarou. They call him the Rougarou for a reason. But you have to say there's a lot about Devin the Dream Haney, who will be coming home as a challenger. Can you believe that? As a challenger, when he could have came home as a champion. But to do it the Oakland way, that means to bring somebody to the Bay that's serious, that's coming to knock him out. Can you believe that? A fighter like Devin, he said, listen, where you can get a hometown touch, you bring in that crew, that Regis Prograis crew, that whole camp, right? But guess what? We're gonna shut him up December the 9th. Expect for fireworks, expect for a whole different and complete, just a more mature Devin. We already had all the tools in the toolbox. That was already there.
Bill.
The confidence now, after a fight like a Lomachenko, can you imagine then what a fighter feels? All the belts, you beat Lomachenko in front of that big crowd, and now we got Regis Prograis.
I mean, we'll see. But, I mean, I'm not even dependent just on pure power, bro. I think that's what everybody, like, trying to portray this as, like, power versus skill. But I'm really on my skill. That's what I've been doing here. I've been, like, training so hard for here, working on all the things I need to work on. Yes, I got power, but I think it's gonna shock. I think it's not everybody. I think it's going to shock him about my speed, how fast I really am. It's not going to be the power. The power is one thing, but I'm not just going and just prodding and walking down like I'm a Mexican. I know it's gonna be some skill going on.
Regis Prograis, you will be served on December the 9th. And I'm talking about a whole slew of punishment. You know what I mean? You got it coming. You asked for it, Mr. Prograis, so it's coming. December the 9th, can't come soon enough.
Nah, bro, I don't respect shit about Devin. The Haneys, I don't respect nothing about none of them dudes, bro, on that other side. If we wasn't fighting, but we got to fight next week, so I don't respect shit about Devin. All the Haneys are nobody on that side. You know what I'm saying? It's beef, it's war, and that's what we got to do.
I see him talk. He talk crazy on Twitter. He talk a lot on Twitter these days, but I don't know. When he see me, he don't say nothing. And then I see he said he knocking out, he broke his sparring partner's jaw or something like that. Man, knock it off. Listen, what we do in the gym, we don't even talk about. We don't even talk about the stuff we do in the gym because we saving it for the fight. Because that's where it count. So he just talking. That's all he want to do is talk.
You feel your power to carry on now too? That you're going into 140?
Yeah, I'm gonna be much more stronger at 140. I feel stronger right now. Feel stronger in the gym. I can't wait to show the world how much better I've gotten in this camp. How much comfortable. How much better I feel at 140.
Regis said this fight is basically going to make him a superstar. You beat Regis. What would this do for your career?
He fuck around and turn into a meme. So you know, he might turn into a superstar on a meme when I'm done with him.
Wait, what do you mean by that? How's the meme gonna look like?
You'll see.
Is it like a knockout meme? Is that what you're?
Yeah, he's gonna be a laughing stock when I'm done with him.
Like y'all want to see a dead body?
He been talking all that shit, and we're gonna see.
How do you feel about people saying
his coach too? They gonna put his ass on the meme too.
I think I'm a disable him. I just not think. I know I'm gonna disable him, bro. I know I'm gonna disable him. Like just like I said, what I've been doing in the gym, what I've been doing sparring, just like all the stuff I've been doing, that's not gonna work. I know it's not gonna work. If that's all he got, it's not gonna work. I mean, I don't think that that's all he's gonna have. I know that he's gonna be working on some stuff. I know that, but I just can't see him. He's not gonna beat me.
Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis, December the 9th. Expect for a barn burner, not a snoozer like you might be used to. But listen, we're going to bring it, and we're going to bring it loud and exciting. December the 9th at the Chase Center, home of the Golden State Warriors and Devin Haney.